Zane Devault, your Great Lakes Super Sprint feature winner tonight at I-96 Speedway. $5,000 after that big win tonight, Zane. Let's talk about first the start, man. How did you get through there? That was a heck of a start.
Yeah, I mean, you know, after the start in the heat race, they say one thing, but they let some things go, and it is what it is. I guess you just got to know what they're going to call consistently, and if they weren't going to call it in the heat races, I knew they wouldn't call it in the feature. So I had to make it 5 wide, whatever it even was. Just tried to get a really good run. I know all those guys kind of spun the tires in the slick, and I went above the cushion, 4 in the fluff, and tried to get a good run off of 4, and it worked out. So I don't know if that was really what made us, you know, win or lose or whatnot, but I think my guys gave me a heck of a car. I was really able to do a lot of things that everyone else couldn't. I could really short slide myself to the cushion where they were kind of tripping up at the beginning of the corner. So I could really get in there really deep and kind of cut the racetrack off and get some gains on them. You know, I told the GLSS guy earlier tonight that once it gets up on the rim, man, you either got to have a really, really good car and a really good bullet to close in on people, or you just gotta kind of hope for lap traffic and those kind of things. So, you know, I think we did really good on trying to put some of the lap traffic cars away. I kind of got held up on one, and Darren got me back on the bottom, but I wasn't really too worried because I could kind of see where his car was struggling where mine wasn't. So was just able to kind of power move back around him a couple times and throw some slide jobs on him and race for the lead.
We saw slick to a curb tonight here, which isn't normal here. We don't usually see it slick off that much of the curb. How tricky was that?
Yeah, you know, I think it makes really good racing. I think, you know, you could roll the bottom. I think there was a couple times I rolled kind of through the middle where some of the stuff from the bottom got thrown up and it wasn't too bad. So, you know, I kind of think that this is what I-96 needs. It needs something where it's really treacherous and it's not just wide open. I think, you know, there were several times I about gave it away. A couple times Darren about gave it away. It's really tricky. You got to be on point, and you know, you got to minimize your mistakes to just keep moving forward and get to the lead and get in clean air here.
How'd you keep your cool when you got held up by the lap cars? Darren gets back by you. You guys are sliding each other. How'd you keep your head in it? Yeah,
you know, I kind of looked at the lap board and I didn't really see the laps or whatever, but I knew we were about halfway. Because they showed the halfway signal. I didn't really get too excited. I ran them down. I think even without that caution and when Dustin's right rear went flat, you know, I was running them down and I got to the back bumper of them and pretty quick. So I wasn't too worried. You know, like I said, my guys gave me a heck of a car and all the support that all these sponsors give us, being able to get us up and down the road and get us the best equipment that we can give.
How can your team build momentum on this kind of deal? You got a great start to the weekend. You have another GLSS show coming up. Then you're back on the All-Star Tour. How can you use this weekend to build momentum towards maybe carrying that over to the All-Star program?
Yeah, I mean, I think. See, bud. I think a lot of it's just, you know, once you start meshing with the team and you kind of figure out what I want or what kind of Sean's looking for, and when you communicate and everything, and once you start really communicating really well. That's when a program's really, really deadly. You know, I think there's a lot of times where when a team first comes together, it's kind of, you talk one slang and he talks another, and you can't really meet in the middle. But I think we're starting to fire on all cylinders. So, you know, we went to Eldora, and you know, that's a place where I've never really done that awfully great at, and Sean's done some good back in the day with different tires and everything. And you know, it was 4 grueling days, but the last day we really started to hit on things and got our program rolling really good in the 410 way, and it kind of carried over to here, kind of what we did on the big track at Eldora, kind of we started doing here too. So I think it's just, all in all, it's the communication of the team and everyone digging deep and just keep grinding, man. You know, AJ and Yoder and Sean and Rocky when he comes and helps and everything, you know, it's just a testament of this team, how hard we work and how determined we are.
Well, Zane, congratulations. Good luck tomorrow, Crystal.
Thank you.